Forget arrows, modern Cupids carry firearms and zero chill. Welcome to Love Warfare. I'm Zan, konnichiwa, aloha, buongiorno, and what's up? And welcome to another Spiraken Manga review. So let's get to it, because if you remember from the last episode, I spun that one that only the Wheel of Manga, and it dictated to be that I'm reviewing a manga that is one which I was really anticipating and was on my list for one of the top mangas of the week a couple of weeks ago. And did it hold up? Well, let's get to it as I talk about Love Bullet by Inee. This is released by Yen Press, and it is a story of an alternate world where when you die, the goddess Aphrodite doesn't, well, if you've been killed prematurely without having a chance to fall in love, she shows you mercy and makes you reborn as her children, Cupids. As Cupids, you can go into the world of the living and make people fall in love. In exchange, you can't age, you can't die, and you are unable to fall in love. And traditionally, most of these Cupids use bow of arrow. That's your weapon of choice. And helps people fall in love with their compatible partners. And you get good karma. The most good karma you get, the more of it, you're able to get your second chance at life. However, it's the modern day, and arrows are kind of outdated. So they've been given something a little bit stronger to save the day. What are we talking about? We're talking about Glocks, pistols, and firearms. And in this world, sometimes they work together, sometimes they don't. And in this world, we follow a group of angels as they try to become human and make people fall in love. Our main character is a recent recruit named Koharu, who she is trying to just figure this whole thing out. Meanwhile, her senpais are a little more overzealous about this. When we open up the manga, it's actually a case they're dealing with, which involves three people, two girls and a boy, who are in kind of a love triangle. And they're trying to figure out which is the best example. One of them's like, oh, he should end up with that girl. The other one's like, no, the other girl's better. Meanwhile, Koharu's like, they're good friends, and if anything happens, whatever we choose, they're not going to be friends anymore. So let's find the best option to keep them as friends. Some agree, some don't agree. They get in an argument, and then they decide to solve this the most rational way possible and get into a huge fight. And how are they going to fight? Well, they're going to shoot each other. And the good thing is, humans can't really see them. Unless they make themselves appear in the material realm, they're kind of invisible, but their guns can affect people. So they don't care about the collateral damage. They just want to win. Well, half of them do. Koharu wants to do good with this. So you have her senpai, Emi, you have Koharu, and then you have this girl, Chia, who is a complete psychopath, and Karya as they try to get into a huge fight. They shoot each other, they blast, pew, 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 until Koharu finds out some information about the job. She discovers the situation and she resolves it in a kick ass way. Also, like I said, if the angels or cupids get hit by a bullet, they don't fall in love. They just get the feeling of wanting to fall in love. And like I said earlier, they can't fall in love. So it's like they're paralyzed with this ennui of being unable to fall in love. So, long story short, Koharu saves the day. She beats them all up, gets a gun, makes the right choice that saves a friendship in a very unique way, which I'm not going to spoil. And then we discover what's going on. And this is the prologue, mind you. So we discover that Koharu has been an angel Cupid for about 5 months. And her mission is to bring love to humans to earn a second chance. And humans can't see her unless she allows them to see her. And also, she can convince them to believe any lies she says using her hypno powers. But who was she originally? Why is she Cupid? Well, we discover the truth that when she was a human, she was someone who everyone considered a matchmaker. She would tell a girl, hey, this guy likes you. And it would work because she's super observant, super compassionate. And she would help everyone else fall in love. Meanwhile, she would just be sitting on the sidelines and not really living, which pissed off her friend Aki, who's like, hey, why aren't you doing stuff for yourself? You're being too helpful to everybody else. You need to live for you. And we're kind of confused as to why her best friend is being like this until she reveals that Aki, her best friend, is in love with her. She's always been in love with her. And this is kind of a moment of, oh my God, someone actually loves me, which is weird. But as she's about to process this, A steel girder falls off the roof of the building. It goes to land to kill Aki, but Koharu, being a noble person who helps others, pushes Aki out of the way, saves the day. And because she did that, she ends up getting impaled by a piece of rebarb, and she's going to die, which sucks. And she kind of laments the fact that she wanted to fall in love after all. She doesn't know what to do. And then when she opens her eyes, she's woken up, and she's an angel. And her angel senpai, Emmy, pretty much explains the situation and also tells her one last little fact. It's been 5 years since you died. You've remained the same age, and when you become human again, you'll be the same age. But for right now, we had to rebuild you. And now she has to get to work. And her first case is one which is really important. It's about a woman who hasn't been in love with anyone for the last 5 years. Who is it? Well, you're going to have to read to find out. And this is the story of Love Bullet. And I'm going to be honest. It took me 5 reads to get through that chapter and a half to make sense of it. It is confusing, it is kerfluffling, and more importantly, it's all over the place. When we're following the group of Cupids, we're like, okay, they're working together, and then suddenly split the party, let's beat the hell out of each other, let's fight each other, fight. First part. Second, the side characters, it took me forever to remember who was who. They're interchangeable. Yes, they have different hairstyles, but we don't care. We don't care about any of them. There's one wearing a beret. But the only one that we know really is Koharu. That's it. And it's a shame. Because I really wanted to like this a lot, and I don't. The plot is nonsensical. I like it's an interesting concept, but it seems like it's all over the place. It's almost like a laser light that a cat watches and you run around and you can't focus on anything else. It's all over the place. It's going everywhere, and it's not concise. It's not controlled. This is for someone with low attention span who just wants the action piece, action piece, action piece. Maybe some plot. I don't know what's going on. And honestly, it's a shame because it sold itself as this great story, which is part action, part drama, but it kind of fails at both. The action scenes are drawn kind of cool, but there's no stakes. There's nothing crazy. I mean, it's funny, like when they miss and they hit someone else, the person falls in love with someone, but it's no accountability. It's just, it just fucking boggles the mind. It really does. It's got this adorably sweet main character and this heartwarming concept, but then you have this confusing plot entirely. You have these moments which are really weird. You have all this craziness, which just honestly, it's what the hell, and it just kind of makes me a little upset and a little mad. I don't know. I just I don't know. I don't know. I'm just babbling. So let's talk about the quality. How's the quality of the manga itself? Well, it's a yen press, which usually they have amazing quality. This cover feels like it's not matted. Usually you have this nice, glossy, comfortable, seamless feeling. This feels textured in a way where it's like it wasn't proofed right. And at first I thought maybe it's this one volume, but I went back and cherried it. It's the same thing. The whole quality is bad. I could rant about this more and talk about this, but let's just be honest. Let's get to the point. Now, what do I rate this? Well, I was going back and forth. I thought maybe I should give it a grace period, but no. It's technically a book, but better books exist, or better ideas exist. This is our second lowest rating. It's got the heartwarming concept, the adorably sweet main characters, but it's got an insanely confusing plot, interchangeable side characters. The mission of the week setting should work. It doesn't work here. And then the let's split the party element. It's splitting the party, doing random things for some characters that just, it doesn't help the plot, doesn't help the story along. Is you should be following Koharu or following a group of girls, and then it works. You don't. It's like kind of like, we're kind of following, but no, we're going to add these characters. And then we're going to do this sideline thing here and focus on that, even though we're supposed to be focused on this because I like it, and maybe we'll do this. No. Tropes are you're reincarnated with a purpose, the hidden matchmaker element, and the rivals at work involving the other angels because they are rivals. They're doing it for different reasons. Kohara wants to do it to make people fall in love. The other one's just doing it for points. I hated it. I didn't hate it, but I was let down. I honestly wouldn't read it again. Now, if you've read this and you disagree with me or agree with me, let me know. Email me zanspiraken.com or tweet me at Spiraken. Let me know your thoughts. And, well, anyway, with that in mind, let's actually get to the manga releases for the week because I don't want to do all this anymore, and we've got a lot this week, so let's get to it. So starting off, we've got The Adorable Dungeon Master Volume 1. We've got Akko and Bambi Volume 7. Alicia Sometimes Hides Her Feelings in Russian, Volume 3. As a reborn aristocrat, I use my appraisal skills to rise in the world, Volume 14. Atlas, Her, the Combat, and Him, the Hero, Volume 1. Backstabbed in a Backwater Dungeon, Volume 11. Banished by the Hero's Party, Volume 12. Blue Lock Omnibus 2, which is Volumes 4, 5, 6, just released now. Boys Abyss, Volume 13. Bride of Ignant, Volume 1. Cat Companions, Maruru and Haichi, Volume 6. Chitose in the Ramune Bottle, Volume 8. This is the final volume of the series. Die Dark, Volume 9. The Dark Hero of the Reincarnated Villainess, Volume 14, or Dark History, Volume 14, the light novel. Days with My Stepsister, Volume 5. Dinghai Fuxing Records, Volume 4. The Do-Over Damsel Conquers the Dragon Emperor, Volume 7. Doggo, Volume 1. The Eminence in Shadow, Volume 14. Failure Frame Manga number 12. The Fangirl Box Set, which is the complete series by Rainbow Rowell. The Fed Up Office Lady Who Wants to Serve the Villainess, Volume 3. From Country Bumpkin to Master Swordsman, Volume 5. Gizmo Riser, Volume 1. The Great Cleric, Volume 13. Gunsmith Cat Burst Omnibus 2. This is the last one for the Gunsmith Cat series, so definitely worth picking up. Hell is Dark with No Flowers, Volume 4. Hirano and Kagura, Volume 5. Honey Lemon Soda, Volume 11. I Want to Be a Receptionist in the Magical World, Volume 8. I Want to Love You Till Your Dying Day, Volume 8. I'll Never Fall in Love with a Mono, Volume 3. The Ideal Sponger Life, Volume 21. If My Favorite Pop Idol Made It to Bukoden, I Would Die, Volume 11. If the Villainess and Villain Met and Fell in Love, Volume 5. Interspecies Reviewers, Volume 11. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Purple Smoke Distortion. Kindergarten Wars, Volume 4. Land, Volume 2. Legend of Exorcism, Taibao Faolu, Volume 5. Loner Life in Another World, Light Novel 14. Licorice Recoil, Light Novel 2. Merit and the Egyptian God, Volume 1. Muroko-chan, Volume 12. Mi-chan Wants to Be Kept, Volume 4. Monster Basume, I Love Monster Girls, Volume 6. My Girlfriend is 8 Meters Tall, Volume 3. My Girlfriend's Child, Volume 10. My instant death ability is so overpowered, no one in this other world stands against me, Volume 10, light novel. My lover is just too innocent to handle, Volume 1. My lovey-dovey wife is a stone cold killer, Volume 8. My new life as a cat, Volume 13. My super cute black mage, Volume 1. The New Gate, Volume 16. Nina the Starry Bride, Volume 15. Oshinoko, Volume 13. Our Party Nearly Wiped and Then Everything Went Downhill, Volume 1. Painter of the Night, Volume 3. The Prince is in the Villain's Way, Volume 6. Princess Daijung and Other Stories. The Princess of Convenient Plot Devices, Volume 6. The Performance of the World, Volume 8. Rent a Girlfriend, Volume 36. A Returner's Magic Should Be Special, Volume 6. Romelli War Chronicles, Light Novel 2. Sir Vamp, Volume 23. So I'm a Spider, So What? Manga number 15. Stomp Kick Love, Volume 4. The Summer Hikaru Died, Volume 7. Tamamori's Fantasies Never Stop, Volume 4. There's No Freaking Way I'll Be Your Lover Unless, Manga number 8. To Sir Without Love, I'm Divorcing You, Volume 3. Too Many Losing Heroines, Light Novel 7. Tapu GP, Volume 14. Touring After the Apocalypse, Volume 7. A Suitable Fetish, Volume 6. Wander Vogel, Volume 2. The Weakest Tamer Begins to Journey to Pick Up Trash, Volume, Light Novel number 12. And then last and certainly not least, we've got, well, The White Cat's Divine Scratching Post, Volume 2. Witch and Mercenary, Volume 6, light novel. Yakuza Reincarnation, Volume 15. Yonoi Tsukiki's Happy Hell, Volume 5. You Can't Bluff the Sharp-Eyed Sister, Volume 4. You Can't Escape from Mizudaku-chan, Volume 1. And then last but not least, Young Ladies Don't Play Fighting Games, Volume 9. So these are the manga releases for the week. We've got some good ones. We've got some bad ones. A lot of Volume 6s and some crazy ones. So which of these are you most excited about? Let me know. Email me, zanspiraken.com. For me personally, my top 5 for this week are going to be The Adorable Dungeon Master. It looks like it's a lot of fun. Doggo. This is apparently a mystery thriller. Could be good. Gizmo Riser Volume 1. The art looks amazing in this. My Super Cute Black Mage. It looks like a very weird isekai. We'll see how it goes. And then You Can't Escape from Mizudaku-chan. It looks like a really weird Monster Girl story. So it could be good, could be bad. But we're going to find out. And these are the choices for this week. So let me know which ones you like, which ones you don't like. And before we go any further, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for checking out this show. Every email I get, every new comment, every new subscriber, it brings joy to my heart and gives me more motivation to keep doing this podcast. So thank you all so very much. I appreciate each and every one of you, and you're all awesome. Now, if you want to check out any of our earlier episodes, you can check them out at www.spiraken.com or at youtube.com/Spiraken. Or on Spotify, Stitcher, Blue Skies, Apple Podcasts, where you definitely should rate us so that people can know about us. And if you're watching on YouTube, as always, remember to like, share, subscribe, and click on that bell for notification for we release new episodes. And we're almost about to the part you've been waiting for, but I have one little bit of news. I officially have some of my panels approved for Animazement 2026, which is going to be in the second to last week of May. And here are the panels that have been approved so far. We've got the Insane Manga Challenge back for more, which is going to be Friday from 4 to 5:30 in 306B. We have got actually, the next one is Ultraviolet Manga for Berserk fans. This is going to be from Saturday at midnight, going into Sunday until 1 a.m. in 306B, or sorry, 306A. And then last and certainly not least on Sunday from 12:30 to 2, we've got that one that only the manga recommendations for grown-ups newest part. So if you're going to be an Animazement in Raleigh, definitely come check me out and check me out for these panels. I'll be posting some hints on what's going to be there soon. But regardless, let's get to the part that you've all been waiting for, the most popular part of this show. And what are we talking about? We are talking about that one, that only, the Wheel of Manga! Yes, friends, the Wheel of Manga, accept no substitution. What is the Wheel of Manga? The Wheel of Manga is a Wheel of Fortune with 10 slots on it. And what I've done is I've assigned a manga title to each of the 10 slots. So we're going to spin the wheel. Whatever number it lands on, that's the manga we're going to review in the next episode of the Spiraken Manga Review, episode 628. So let's spin so we're going to review the next episode, shall we? Number 8. Virgin Ventures. This is a manga which apparently is a very major ecchi series about a girl who wants to learn how to draw manga or something like that. We're going to find out. It's been a while since I've reviewed an ecchi. So let's see what it's about. But regardless, hope you enjoy this episode. I'm excited to see what else we talk about soon. And before I forget, remember to check out on Mondays our Spiraken Book Club to see our newest book release, which is going to be actually the Astral Library. So regardless, hope you enjoyed this episode. As usual, I am your host, Zan. I am Gonzville. I'll catch you guys next time. And as always, Keep reading manga. I will see you later.